Welcome to Stars Uncovered TV. Let's dive in.
Denzel Washington's journey from a preacher's house in Mount Vernon to the world stage is one of grit, faith, and relentless craft. He earned 2 Oscars for Glory and Training Day, a Tony, and the U.S. Presidential Medal of Freedom. Yet he remains grounded in family and faith. Biography.com 2021, Fordham Magazine 2025. This documentary-style narrative will trace his early struggles, breakthrough roles, personal beliefs, and legacy, weaving known milestones with unexpected anecdotes to reveal the man behind the legend. In suburban Mount Vernon, New York, on December 28, 1954, Denzel Hayes Washington Jr. was born to a Pentecostal minister father and a beauty parlor owner mother. A shy boy with a stutter, he first found solace on stage at age 7 during a talent show at the local Boys and Girls Club. That club was a, quote, safe place to keep him out of trouble, he later recalled. By 14, his parents' marriage had ended and he was sent to military school, where he excelled at basketball but found his heart wasn't in sports. He admits he bounced from one path to the next until hit on the one he was meant to travel, a living philosophy that set the stage for his dramatic turnaround. After high school in Florida, Washington went to Fordham University in the Bronx, on track for pre-med. But during a 1977 theater production of Shakespeare's Othello, he fell in love with acting. English professor Robinson Stone, a former Broadway actor, cast him as Othello and was stunned. Decades later, Stone said Denzel's performance had something which even Robeson didn't have, not only beauty, but love, hatred, majesty, violence. That pivotal role convinced Washington to stay with theater. He graduated in 1977 with a B.A. in drama, studied a year at the American Conservatory Theater in San Francisco, then dove into New York theater, joining Shakespeare in the Park in 1979. In interviews, he says he kind of backed into acting at Fordham. He never planned it, he just lived his life. By the early 1980s, Denzel was on TV and in films, honing his craft on screen. He made his movie debut in the 1981 comedy A Carbon Copy, but his big break came on TV. He played Dr. Philip Chandler on NBC's drama St. Elsewhere, 1982-88. This exposed Washington's presence to millions. During a hiatus, he took a risk playing anti-apartheid activist Steve Biko in Cry Freedom, 1987, a role that earned him his first Oscar nomination, supporting actor. He followed that with a commanding turn in Glory, 1989, as a Union soldier. For Glory, he famously prayed to his ancestors to endure a brutal whipping scene, emerging strong and powerful afterward. The performance won him the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor, Hollywood's first major honor for the young actor. The 1990s saw Washington alternating between blockbuster hits and powerful biopics. In 1992, he gave an electric performance as Malcolm X, earning another Oscar nomination, Best Actor. In 1993, he boldly tackled Philadelphia, playing a gay lawyer with AIDS in one of Hollywood's first AIDS dramas, a film credited for changing the national conversation about HIV/AIDS. These roles showed he could carry huge films, Malcolm X, The Pelican Brief, and drive social change at once. In 1999, he portrayed real-life boxer Reuben Hurricane Carter in The Hurricane, a role that won him a Golden Globe and another Oscar nom lead. In every performance, he immersed himself completely, from a jazz musician in Spike Lee's Mo, Better Blues, 1990, to a heroic cop in The Pelican Brief, always looking for truth over typecasting. By the mid-1980s, fame found Washington off-screen too. On a 1977 set, he met actress Pauletta Pearson. They married in 1983 and went on to have 4 children. Their firstborn, John David Washington, left an NFL career for acting. In 2024, another son, Malcolm, directed John David and Netflix's The Piano Lesson. Through all this, Denzel kept his priorities straight. Acting is just a way of making a living, he once said. The family is life. A devout Christian, he tells stories about calling his mother to discuss feeling filled with the Holy Spirit on set. He is famously unafraid. "I don't fear man, I fear God," he stated in a 2012 interview. Washington downplays celebrity status, saying, "I'm not a big Hollywood star. I'm just an actor," and treats each role with reverence rather than vanity. Once an actor by training, Denzel became an actor-director by choice. He directed his first film, Ant One Fisher, 2002, and quickly followed with the hit thrillers Man on Fire, 2004, and Inside Man, 2006. In 2007, he steered The Great Debaters, a historical drama about an African-American debate team, and co-starred with Russell Crowe in American Gangster. Always the craftsman, he treats directing like acting. No matter how big a movie is, I never want it to be just another gig, he said. His work on Broadway remained just as important. In 2010, he won a Tony Award for Best Actor for Fences, August Wilson's tale of a 1950s father struggling for dignity. He later directed and starred in the film version opposite Viola Davis. At every turn, he pushed himself. Whether rehearsing Shakespeare at midnight or wrestling with the final edit, Washington built a reputation for professionalism and intensity. Throughout his career, Washington has avoided scandals but spoken his mind. He once noted, "You can't lead and follow at the same time," a rebuke to social media culture, implying he prefers to follow his own path. In 2025, amid chatter about cancel culture, he playfully shrugged it off. "What does that mean? To be cancelled? Who cares?" Speaking on Australia's Today Show, he said he's working with the best filmmakers now and isn't sure how many films he has left, quipping, "After my upcoming projects, I'm going to retire." Within days he clarified, BuzzFeed 2024, that he meant only he's in the return stage of life. "I didn't say I was going to retire. I look at life in 3 sections. You learn, you earn, you return." Such candor, and quotes like, "Man gives you the award, God gives you the reward," underscore that for Washington, every challenge is framed in faith and perseverance. By the 2020s, Denzel Washington is widely seen as a living legend. In 2024, he set a new record, his 11th Golden Globe nomination, more than any other black actor, for his turn in Gladiator II. In early 2025, President Biden awarded him the Presidential Medal of Freedom, praising him as a, quote, "generational talent and national role model who brings unmatched dignity and unflinching faith in God and family to his art." Off-screen, he's quietly given back. For 25 years, he's been a national spokesman for the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, and he donated $2 million to endow a Fordham Theater Chair plus scholarships for aspiring actors. A former Fordham Scholarship recipient described how Washington, in a very cool, non-publicity-seeking way, mentors young artists of color and gives them room to succeed. These deeds hint at a legacy beyond awards, a mentor and role model shaping the next generation. Even now, Washington's ambition burns strong. In a recent interview, he listed forthcoming roles: Shakespeare's Othello on Broadway, the same Moor he played as a college senior, Hannibal for Netflix, a part in the next Black Panther, and yes, a plan to play King Lear on film, noting, "I want to do things I haven't done." After joking, "I'm going to retire" on live TV, he clarified days later that it has to be a level of interest for me. He's still in the return stage of life. In short, the spotlight remains on Washington, and he seems as eager as ever. At 70, he's crafting new chapters, powerful roles, Shakespearean returns, and no shortage of wisdom to share. The untold story of Denzel Washington is one still being written, a testament to relentless pursuit, faith, and an artistry that refuses to fade. Like, share, comment, and subscribe.